What is up, everybody? We are back with episode 52. I don't know what to say besides jumping right into it. Episode 52, A Day in the City, Part 1. We are now in the live show. The Power Word Fell has went live. It is, you can log in every other Sunday and watch the show unfold with everybody else as Cody DMs so live show. If you don't want to watch it live, they still do the audio thing. I listen to them both, really, so I very much enjoy Power Word Fell. All right, but yeah, so the live show is there. Everybody does their introductions a little bit more. They do actually do a really good short recap. It's about 9 minutes long. They tell you how they gotten up to this point, and they hit like every arc, and they do a good job of doing that. So they introduce themselves, blah blah blah. Everybody's there, and Tyrell is there also. Makes you think Ravenaugh's coming back. But you can barely hear Tyrell. He sounds like he's shouting down a hallway. Austin is actually doing the recap instead of Cody, so I mean, I don't have a problem with that. It was just different. I was like, oh, Cody's not doing the recap. And we pick up where we left off. The healer is standing in front of Isaac Boussaint. He starts checking him out, kind of looking him over. The healer, I forget his name. Sometimes, names are hard. The man asks them to speak. The healer asks them to speak privately and kind of like in a different room. They're like, oh, can we trust him? But Ferrick's like, yeah, I think we can trust him. He says he knows who they are and like what they're doing, and they are not safe in Ordomall. Like, they need to leave now. They know that they released the dragon Pharaoh, and he is actually there, like in Ordomall, I guess, somewhere in Ordomall. I don't know how big Ordomall is. They actually put up a map one time in the Discord. So join the Discord, ask for the map. But so Pharaoh's somewhere in Ordomall. The healer guy actually, I think I don't know how high of a standing he has in the Church of the Master, because they are at the Church of the Master. But he says he's been working with Nilius Rome for to establish some kind of peace treaty or something for Mornstead. We find out a little bit of lore that Ravenau follows someone named Atreides. He wants to become a god. This Atreides guy. It's like, I don't know how you just become a god. This either you are or you aren't, but who knows? It's the realm of magic. Ferrick tells the healer to tell Atreides where to find them. They will be flying a black flag at the edge of town. That sounds very ominous, and I don't know. They decide what to do next. Go to the edge of town or find the Rock of Bristol. It seems like that's their option. They already dropped off Isaac Boussaint with the healer. So what are they going to do next? Ambrose goes and buys a baby carriage to hide Pickles in. Faye actually has a really good drawing of this battle carriage that she did, which she thinks it looks like. It's a pretty good, funny drawing. Adalia shapeshifts into the assassin guy that face she stole, or whatever. Ferrick uses disguise self to turn into a beautiful tiefling woman. And Pickles they try to turn Pickles into a baby, and her name is Ricky the baby, Ricky the cursed baby, whatever. They move on to the Coliseum. They get into the Coliseum, blah, blah, blah. Ian asks if there are any children crying. What is he up to? Why does he need crying children? They sit down to watch the show, the show, the Coliseums, the battles. Ambrose gets a crying baby, but it's not young enough. He needs those fresh crying babies. This is, not tainted by the world. The show begins, and they get an hour or so into it, and still no Rock of Bristol. They step away to come up with a plan to see or get the Rock of Bristol to come out. Ferric starts to chant to bring out the Rock of Bristol in an event. It actually surprisingly works. He comes out and fights some burrowing creature. I'm not sure what kind of creature he fights, but it burrows underground a lot. He easily beats that creature. After his fight, he heads down to the exit to meet. After his fight, the team heads down to the exit to hopefully catch the Rock of Bristol, and they're waiting, and he actually doesn't come out. They wait for a while. Not for a while, but they don't see him. So Adalia ends up casting magic to find him. She sees that he is still in the pit. They try to plan their next steps, and they head back to where they left the cart. And Miraz is there. Miraz doesn't really talk that much. I mean, he's still inside of a ring, but he doesn't talk too much this episode. And that's where the episode ends for part 1. I debated about re-listening to part 2 at the time and doing part 1 and part 2 together. But I was like, let's go ahead and split it up. I like where we're going with this. I like this setup to everything. You can kind of feel with the live stream, you can kind of feel the tension. I know there was I don't want to say everybody's first time, but you can tell, like, hey, this is their first episode live streaming. I think they play on camera, but I mean they're putting it on YouTube and doing it live, so all the mess ups are there. There's no Cody cut that out, so you can kind of feel the tension a little bit. It seems like a little hesitant to, I want to say, talk, but they still did a good job. I mean, they're still professionals. They're still great at what they do. Man, that's one thing. But I did enjoy this episode. We got to see, I think that was last episode, but we got to see a couple of things. We got to see, like, the Ortomolians battle and get to talk to a couple of guys, and they're all Giga Chads. Giga Chad. But I will definitely score this episode. I'm computing. Beep boop beep boop boop. This episode is definitely I'm jumping from 7 to 8. I think I'm gonna go with the 8. I did like. I mean, only thing that would make this which I want maps. I want maps. I want to visualize what I'm looking at. If I had maps, it would make this episode so much better. I want to envision where everybody's sitting and this Coliseum and stuff. And I know finding maps and stuff, you never find it right unless you have an artist that's like, hey, I want this there. I used to have somebody draw for me for my digital stuff, but now I just find them and just kind of repurpose them, edit them a little bit. But I want maps. I love looking at the guys. I love looking at everybody's reaction. I love, like, seeing them react to stuff. But man, I want some maps. Anyway, but yeah, I will 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I do enjoy the live shows. It makes you feel like you're playing D&D with them. So that's great. Can't wait to see where this goes. At this point, the next episode is where I stop listening, because I started catching up in the recording. So I was like, I want to do more of a predictions and stuff. So the next episode is the last episode I've actually know what's going on. So after that, it's me and all the listeners are in the same boat. I'm just like, what's happening? I've been behind. If you're in the Discord, I've been trying not to read the black text. I'm just, oh man, but yeah. So I'm excited. I'm real excited to see what's going on, what's happening. I want to know if Pharaoh's gonna show up. I want to know Miraz. I've been having this theory that Miraz is gonna get a new body. He's gonna be like a Warforged. He's back with these Tinkerer gnomes, and they're gonna build him a body, and they're gonna put his soul in this robot body, and he's gonna be back. So yeah, there's a whole lot of questions and answers that are coming, and I can't wait to see where everything goes. And I have rambled enough. I was trying to make time, but today is going to be a short episode. So, hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in to Miles TV. I hope you have a great day. And just remember, you are loved, you matter, and you're important. You guys have a nice day. Bye.